If I got an uncle that's a police officer and I love him, I don't expect him to post me on his page because I'm saying defund the police all the time, right? I don't expect him to come to the defund the police rallies. I just don't expect him to do that because you know what I'm saying? Because first of all, if I was his friend, I wouldn't want him to jeopardize what he has, right? I wouldn't say jeopardize what you have to show your friendship to me. That's just not something I would do. I just don't believe that's friendship, right? Me as a friend, when I take a path and I decide I'm doing something, then what I also understand is that everybody doesn't have to take my path. I have certain beliefs. I stand for certain things that all my friends don't agree with what I stand for. It don't mean that we not friends because they don't agree with what I stand for. It don't mean that they're not friends because they don't come to rallies that I do that say defund the police, right? But when I need them, they've been there, right? Those are friends. When I can call them and say, I need you to do something, it's there. But I would never try to jeopardize something that my friends have built for my own selfish reasons. Because that's not friendship either, right? You know, that's my own selfish reasons. I don't think that's what friendship looks like. You know, I've been toying with a lot of things as far as friendship goes over the last year or two. It's a lot of things that I've seen. You know, there's a lot of shit that I've learned. I've learned a lot. Really, what's going on? I've learned a lot over the last year. You know, and sometimes you realize that you and people aren't aligned. Your morals and everything just aren't aligned. Some people believe that whatever you have to do to get money, you do it. I don't subscribe to that. You know, I don't subscribe to that. I just think for me, if it's not aligned, if it's not what I said I stood for, then I don't need the money from it. Anything that I've ever stood by or anybody ever co-signed was something I believed in. I'm not standing by a nigga who do shit that don't align with my morals and my principles because I'm trying to make money. We can work at the same job, but I don't stand by you. I don't co-sign you. I'm not calling you my friend. But everybody don't feel like that. I mean, everybody just don't. There's no good cause, right? Like people say to me, yo, you know, you with George Soros. I'm not with George Soros. I don't even know who George Soros is, right? But they make it seem as if you take George Soros' money, you don't have to stand by him. You don't have to know him. You don't have to see him. But if you take George Soros' money, just take his money and you do something good with it, then you sold out. So what about the people that stand next to niggas and call them their friends that don't have no good intent, that never did anything good? Right? What about niggas that literally co-sign sucker shit that suckers do? There's niggas that's out here that's literally leading these kids to the hellfire. They influencing these kids every day. They saying shit. They contradict themselves. One day they shooting each other. One day they talking about this and that. It's literally niggas that do that. If you stand next to niggas like that, then what? I have to ask you, what actually do you stand for? It's not that you working with a nigga. You just go to the job. But when you stand next to a nigga, you announce allegiance to niggas who have no integrity. Look, for me, see, this had to say integrity over income. Right? When you stand next to niggas who have no integrity, who would do anything for money and fame or some level of notoriety, then you gotta ask yourself which, because it's not up to me. I'm gonna be me. You gonna be you. Everybody's gonna. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be you. We all gonna be who we are. I know. Listen to me. I know this, right? Any nigga I called my friend, it was proven. I don't gotta announce what I've done and how I've been 10 toes down for niggas. I don't gotta do that. If a nigga said something about me and I called him my friend, it ain't just that I said it. I showed that they was my friend. You know, so, you know, we just gotta learn, man. This internet is poison. You know, you gotta use it for what you can use it for, but you just can't lose yourself on it. A lot of people is losing themselves for the internet. You know? A lot of people is losing themselves on the internet. And we just gotta be careful about how you utilize this internet. Yeah, you can utilize it and it can give you a platform and you can capitalize off the platform, but you can't lose yourself just trying to figure out how you get more views. You can't lose yourself just trying to figure out how do you make you monetize, and when you're willing to take any route to monetize or get some level of notoriety. It's not what I live by. I don't give a fuck. Nigga, it's people that don't agree with me. It's shit that I say, and niggas like, yo, that shit is okay, cool. But everything I say, I stand by. Every nigga I stand by what they represent. There's no nigga that I call my friend or my man that I just say because it financially benefits me. When you do shit that goes against my moral compass, Vlad TV was my friend for years. And we had difference of opinion about different shit. But the minute he did some shit that went against my moral compass, that was not my friend. It's just simple as that. When you do shit that go against my moral compass, you can't be my friend. If you co-sign the snitches, you run around here starting beef, you desecrating the dead, trying to destroy legacies, always talking about people that I respect, that I call friends, then I can't stand next to you. I would never stand next to no shit. But everybody's a different man. So all we have to do is we gotta align ourselves where we align ourselves. If you my friend, then you want the best for me. Right? I got government official friends. I got niggas that work in high places. I don't say, yo, why you ain't bringing me to certain places? Because I know what it is that I represent. It's anti-establishment. If I know I'm anti-establishment, I don't expect them to jeopardize what it is they represent to benefit me. That's just not real shit. You know, that's not friendship. I don't want none of my friends to jeopardize what it is that they have and they've built for my benefit. You know, and I think that's what we are. People got so caught up in this internet. You know, I could say a lot of shit, but I'm not, man. What I will say is I wish everybody everybody the best. As men, we got to do what it is that we feel is best for us. With me, I'm not going to do anything to feed my family. Right? I'm not going to align myself with anybody. And they got to have some type of morals, values, and principles. I'm just never going to align myself with somebody who doesn't fit my moral compass. That's just not what I'm going to do. For no amount of money, no amount of fame, no amount of nothing. I'm not. If you don't coincide with what I feel morally, I don't want to fuck with you. Everybody don't feel like that. And that's why niggas like, yo, you got to grow up. A nigga told me one day, right? Yo, it's a lot of rooms you're not gonna be in because you have a moral stance. And you know what I told the nigga? I don't want to be in those rooms. I don't want to be in no room. Any room that goes against my moral stance, I don't need to be in those rooms. For what? The fuck I want to be in rooms with the morals and values and principles that I live my life by. Nobody else in those rooms live by that. What we got in common? If you see me call it, if I tell you this is my man, this is my friend, this is somebody I fuck with, that's a cosign. That means that you gonna fuck with that person on the strength of that I fuck with them, right? It means that I'm letting you know that this is good people. If I ever tell you that, I'm never gonna say that about somebody that's a snake. Never. You're never gonna hear me co-sign and say, "Oh, this is my man," about a nigga that's a snake, because that's not how because I would never be with a snake. There's no reason for me to be with a snake. I don't need no amount of money. I don't need nobody fame, cosign. I don't need nothing enough to be with a snake. I just personally don't need that, you know. But God bless everybody, man. I will hope that we get to a stage in life where we get back to morals, values, and principles. Cause I feel like a dinosaur. Cause that's what I stand on. I'm always stand on that. Win, lose, or draw. It's never gonna be a time where I'm gonna align myself with anything, anybody, any place, any situation that goes against what I say I stand for as a man. For nothing. For nothing. Eventually, the snakes start eating each other, man. These niggas is parasites. So they gonna talk about me. You're gonna hear lies. You're gonna hear I stole money from Black Lives Matter. Tell a nigga to tell you a dime where I got it from. Niggas gonna tell you that I work for the Democrats. I never got a check for a Democrat in my life. It's just, I'm telling you, I've learned so much shit about media in the last 4 to 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Malcolm X said the realest shit. He said, if you're not careful, the media will have you loving the oppressor and hating the people who being oppressed. That was one of the realest shit I ever, knowing what I know now, like niggas, the internet is one of the most dangerous places in the world. The most dangerous. Because you can say something about anybody, you can make an accusation about somebody and you don't have to provide any proof, right? You can go in here and say, yo, my son got punched in the face yesterday. You don't have to show a video of it. You don't got to prove. Niggas gonna retweet it. You know why? Because there are people that really just want to see negative about you. So they're gonna feed all the way into that and say, yo, your man got punched in the face calling people. And the rumor's gonna spread so fast about some shit that never happened. And then once it's spread, you can't get it. You can't bring it back. Exactly. A nigga have a conversation with you. A nigga can listen to this live and take sound bites of it to make it sound like I said something I never said. It's a dangerous place. Like, it's a dangerous place. Extremely. And you gotta be careful, man. Not to get sucked into this shit. We all fall victim to that sometimes. You know, there was a time when I found myself overwhelmed with social media, wanting to get on there and say shit. You know, I'm not for everybody. I'm a quiet taste. You know, some people that's for everybody. Some people that when they talk, their views pretty much align with everybody's views. they pretty much on the same page with most people. Mine's is not like that. So my views are gonna ruffle feathers, right? And when you constantly opinionated, right? When you find yourself on the internet, it gets overwhelming, and you find yourself constantly voicing your opinion. And I'm like, yo, there's nothing wrong with your opinion, Mysonne. But you don't gotta put it all the time on the internet, unless it makes sense. And I started to realize that, when you opinionated, people have an issue with your opinion, especially when it conflicts with what it is they believe. So I stopped putting as many opinions about shit that I have. Now I put shit that I feel is important. I feel that can dictate the culture, that can guide the culture in a certain direction. So I've been more conscious about that. Because the internet can swallow you up. Can have you engage in shit that you don't even need to be engaged in. With people that you would never talk to. That's what I learned about jail. When I was in jail, I was surrounded by a bunch of people that I would never talk to in the street. Right? Like, it's dudes that I was surrounded by that either for one reason or another, I would have never had any conversation or anything with them in the street. Because we just wasn't on the same plane. We weren't in the same lane. We weren't doing anything. So the possibility of us having any fruitful communication didn't exist. And that's what the internet is, right? The internet gives space and place to people who you would never talk to. It gives opportunities for people to communicate with you that you would never speak to in real life. Somebody makes a comment that pisses you off. Now you debating and you back and forth with somebody on the internet that doesn't even deserve your time and attention. ML King, what's up? You know what I'm saying? And you just gotta realize that. And when you start realizing that, you don't take to this person. Because some of these people don't have any life. Right? They don't do anything else with their life. So they live for you to just respond to anything. That's the gist of their life, is that they can get you to respond to something that they say. And when you realize that, it's all a game. So the moral of the story is this. Don't get sucked in by this internet, man. Don't get sucked in by this internet. I've watched so many people get sucked, people I call friends, family, all types of things, get sucked in by this internet. If you, for some reason, people think the internet is the place to air out their grievances. But I realize, I'm gonna tell you some real shit. If you talking about me can help you, go do it. Because it seems to be a formula. It seems to be a formula. When you talk about Mysonne on the internet, it seems to be some level of formula for success. Like, it gets you the most views, gets you the most interaction. So if I can do that for you, then I need you to do it. I'm all for it. If I can benefit you by you talking about me, it's gonna bring you these views and attention that you're looking for, do it. You gotta do it. Absolutely, man. Go put up a video about me, and I guarantee you, especially on YouTube, you go put up a YouTube video about Mysonne, and watch how many views it get. Subscribe now. I'm telling you. Let me see this. BLM store 90 mil. Where is it? You gotta ask BLM. Gotta ask BLM, man. I'm telling you, the internet is dangerous. You don't matter how many times I say, yo, I've never been a part of BLM. I've never made no money with BLM. I have never got a donation for BLM. Nothing about me has ever happened with BLM. So every time you ask me about a 90 million from BLM, it's the dumbest shit that you could ever do. Why would I press somebody about money? This is the dumbest shit, right? I guarantee you this, right? BLM got 90 million. The 90 million came from some donations from the streets, organizations, corporations who wanted to be involved in the movement, gave them 10, 5, 20, whatever million. The people that have an issue with BLM, whoever they are, y'all probably never donated one dime to BLM. Right? This is the shit. It's nobody that I know that say, yo, I gave my money to BLM and I thought they was doing this, and the third. But I was wrong and I feel like I want my money back. I feel like something happened. That's not happening. It's a bunch of niggas that never donated, contributed anything to the movement, never done anything that have an issue with how much money BLM has. This is a fact. This is not some shit I think. I have yet to hear one person, not a half a person. I have yet to hear one person who did it to BLM have an issue with BLM. If you didn't donate to BLM, right? How do you have an issue with the money? They got 90 million and you don't feel, because you don't feel that they doing what you thought. I think the people who, and you never, to expect them to please you.